Hello and welcome to Story to Fluency. Today, we will listen to a life-changing story. This is a story about a quiet night, a stranger, and one small decision that changed everything. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and let's begin. It was a cold night. The street was quiet. Most lights were already off. I was walking home alone. That day had been long and tiring. My mind was full of worries. I was thinking about my life. I did not like my job. I was not happy with my income, and I felt lost. Every day felt the same. Wake up, work, go home, sleep. I was tired, not just in my body, but in my heart. As I walked, I looked at the ground. I did not want to see anyone. I did not want to talk. The wind was cold. My hands were in my pockets. My steps were slow. I asked myself a question. Is this really my life? I had dreams once, big dreams, but now they felt far away. That night felt heavier than usual. The silence was loud, and my thoughts would not stop. I turned onto a small street. The lights were dim. There were almost no people around. And that was when I noticed someone. A man was standing near the corner of the street. He was alone, just like me. At first, I did not think much about him. I planned to walk past him and go home. I did not know yet that this normal night was about to change my life forever. As I walked closer, I looked at the man again. He was not moving. He was just standing there. His clothes were old. His face looked tired. And his eyes looked heavy. For a moment, I felt uncomfortable. It was late. The street was almost empty, and I was alone. I slowed my steps. My heart started to beat faster. A small voice in my head said, "Be careful." I thought about turning around. I thought about crossing the street. I did not know this man. I did not know what he wanted. As I passed him, he spoke. "Excuse me." His voice was quiet, almost unsure. I stopped. I don't know why I stopped. Maybe it was kindness. Maybe it was curiosity. Or maybe I just didn't want to ignore him. I turned and looked at him. "Yes?" I asked. He hesitated. Then he said, "I'm sorry to bother you." He looked embarrassed, almost ashamed. "I just need a little help," he said. At that moment, fear and kindness met inside me. I thought, should I help him or should I leave? I stood there in silence. The night was still. The air felt heavy. And I knew this small moment would lead to a decision I could never forget. I looked at the man. Then I looked at the empty street. For a few seconds, I said nothing. My mind was full of thoughts. What if this is dangerous? What if he is lying? What if I should just walk away? My body wanted to leave, but my heart told me to stay. The man noticed my silence. He quickly said, "I don't need much. I'm lost," he continued. "I don't know how to get home." His hands were shaking slightly. His voice was calm, but tired. I could see it in his face. He was not acting. He was not angry. He was simply exhausted. I took a slow breath. "Okay," I said quietly. "How can I help?" The moment I said those words, something changed inside me. The man looked surprised, then relieved. "Thank you," he said. "You have no idea how much this means." He asked for directions, nothing more. I showed him the way. I pointed down the street. But instead of leaving, he stayed. He looked at me and said, "Can I walk with you for a minute?" Again, I hesitated. The night was silent. but now it felt different. I nodded. Sure, I said. We started walking together. Two strangers, one dark street, and a conversation that was about to begin. We walked side by side. For a while, neither of us spoke. Only our footsteps filled the silence. Then the man took a deep breath. "Thank you for stopping," he said. "Most people don't." I nodded, but said nothing. After a moment, he began to talk. "I wasn't always like this," he said. "I had a good job once, a family, a plan." His voice was steady, but I could hear something breaking inside. "I thought I had time," he continued. "I thought tomorrow would always be there." He told me about his mistakes, small ones at first, then bigger ones, bad decisions, wrong priorities, people he pushed away. "I lost my job," he said quietly. "Then I lost my family." The street lights passed slowly above us. His words felt heavy. "I blamed the world," he said. "I blamed other people. But the truth," he paused, "the truth was me." I felt my chest tighten. His story felt too familiar. "I waited for the perfect moment to change," he said, "but it never came." He stopped walking. He looked at me. "Life doesn't wait," he said, "and neither should you." The night felt colder, but his words were warm. I realized something. I wasn't just listening to his story. I was listening to my own future. We stood there under a dim streetlight. The man looked calm, almost peaceful. He smiled softly and said, "Can I tell you something?" I nodded. "Of course," I said. He looked at me carefully, as if he could see my thoughts. "You look tired," he said. "Not from work, from life." Those words hit me hard. "I know that feeling," he continued. "I lived there for years." He took a slow breath. "Listen to me," he said. "You are not late, you are not behind, and you are not broken." I felt my throat tighten. "Most people wait," he said. "They wait for money, they wait for confidence, they wait for permission. But life doesn't give permission," he said. "You take it." The street was silent. Even the wind had stopped. "Do one small thing," he said. "Just one. Call someone. Apply for that job. Start that idea. Not tomorrow," he added. "Tonight." I didn't answer. I couldn't, because deep inside, I knew he was right. And somehow this stranger knew exactly what I needed to hear. We stood there for a few seconds. Neither of us spoke. Then the man looked down the street. He adjusted his jacket. "I should go," he said. His voice was gentle, almost calm. I nodded slowly. "Thank you," I said, "for talking to me." He smiled. "No," he replied. "Thank you." We shook hands. His hand was warm, strong. Then he turned and walked away. I watched him disappear into the darkness. No dramatic goodbye, no long speech, just two strangers walking in different directions. I stood there alone again, but something felt different. The night was still cold, the street was still quiet, yet inside me, something had changed. I continued walking home. Every step felt lighter. His words stayed with me. "You are not late. You are not broken." When I reached my door, I stopped. I looked at my phone. My hand hesitated. Then I remembered his voice. "Not tomorrow," he said. "Tonight." And for the first time in a long time, I didn't ignore that feeling. The next morning, I woke up feeling strange. Nothing around me had changed. The room was the same, the city was the same, but I was different. I remembered the man's words. "You are not late. Start tonight." That day, I made one small decision. I called someone I had been avoiding, a friend. someone who believed in me. Then I updated my resume, slowly, without pressure. Days passed. I didn't become successful overnight. Nothing magical happened, but I kept moving. One small step, then another. I started reading again, learning again, believing again. Every time I felt afraid, I remembered that night, the empty street, the quiet voice. Weeks turned into months. I changed my job, then my habits, then my mindset. I stopped waiting. I started choosing. Sometimes, late at night, I thought about the stranger. I never saw him again. I don't even know his name, but his words became part of me. And slowly, my life began to look different. 1 year later, I walked down the same street. It was night again. The lights were dim. But I was not the same person. I had a new job, more confidence, more peace. My life was not perfect, but it was mine. I stopped at the corner where I first saw the stranger. I stood there for a moment. I smiled. That night, I didn't just help a stranger. He helped me. He didn't give me money. He didn't give me opportunities. He gave me something better: perspective. I realized something important. Sometimes the people who change our lives are not the ones who stay. They come for one moment, one conversation, one sentence, and that is enough. I walked away from that street with gratitude in my heart, because one small act of kindness had created a new direction.